Hey guys, it's Jayla and welcome back. I am here today to share with you guys my empties for January. Couple things. My empties for January, the declutters I had for January, as well as my purchases for January because I did have some. Cats. So yeah, I did have some purchases for January. I think I'm safe because, you know, with my low buy thing, I did want to revisit the whole low buy rules because I feel like I was very vague about my low buy rules in my December empties video and kind of my introduction to a low buy plan for 2021. So I kind of want to revisit that, and let's just go ahead and do that at the very beginning of the video. So whenever I originally said I was going to go on a low buy, which I still am, of course, the idea is that for every 2 items out of my collection, I could bring 1 item in. And there was like a big old cat here that just flew by the lens. And deluxe items would count as like half of a point, and full size items would count as 1 full point. And obviously decluttered items would also count. There are a few caveats. So there are a few categories that I don't have a lot of. Examples, my vitamin C serum. I only use 1 vitamin C serum. It's not like I have a lot of backups of it. I don't have a lot of extras laying around. It's the timeless vitamin C serum and I just re-buy it when I need it. So it's not going to count towards my point system whatsoever. So when I need to replace it, I just replace it. Same goes for a item like this, which is a coconut co-wash. This is the type of item I use to wash my hair. So ever since I went somewhat curly girl, I don't really have like backups of shampoo laying around, especially an item like this. This is like, I have to replace this because I only had this one. So things like that where I just basically replace it as I need it, they don't count towards the point system at all. And I have a few items like that. So other items that don't really count towards the point system at all, like everyday items that I would use, like toothpaste, cotton rounds, makeup wipes, because I go through those, and when I buy replacement for that, I buy a box of them from Costco, and there's like 10 that come in a box. So I'm not counting those towards the bank at all. Floss, like those things don't obviously count. So I do have 2 subscription boxes, and I don't know what the heck I was like totally spaced out. Forgot that I had them. So I have a BoxyCharm subscription, and I also have a FabFitFun subscription. I don't plan on getting rid of either. As I get those boxes, they'll just count towards my point system. And I don't plan on keeping like every item in a BoxyCharm. And I will actually show you in this video, I did get a BoxyCharm and I decluttered, not necessarily decluttered, but I will end up giving away a few of those items, and I did end up keeping a few of those items. And so the items that I kept will obviously go towards my point in system. The items I'm not keeping obviously won't count towards my out system. And then FabFitFun it'll be the same. You know, I am being mindful about what I'm bringing in with that, because the spring box, like the add-ons and the customization is going on right now. And so I am like, well, do I really need that? Is that something that I will use? Do I have a lot of things that are similar to that? So I am being conscious of kind of what I am picking up from that, so that it is working from that perspective. But all of those things will definitely count towards the low buy plan. I'm not sure if I spoke about this in my December empties video where I originally talked about the low buy, but home fragrance things like candles and wax, I'm not counting at all for a couple of reasons, right? So I go through a lot of wax. I burn through a lot of candles. And because I'm a Scentsy consultant, like a lot of wax comes into my house in general. So I'm just not even going there. Like I'm not doing wax, and candles aren't really counting towards my low buy at all. This is really strictly focused on makeup, skincare, body care, that kind of thing. And I may call an audible on a couple of these things as they come into my collection, but for the most part, I'm definitely going to be hard on myself. And if it's something that I have a lot of, I'm counting it towards the point system. If it's something that I don't have a lot of, I'm not. Like, I'm being honest with myself about it. And I have a couple of examples here where I'm like, well, I have one of those and I don't really like hoard it. So anyway, those are kind of like the rules I wanted to revisit when it comes to the low buy. Let's go through what I used up in January. And I'm going to start with the fun stuff, which is makeup and skincare first. So let's go through makeup. So the first thing that I finished, and some of these are obviously spoilers if I haven't already posted the video, because I may be recording this a little bit early, whatever. So the first thing is this Rimmel, I think it's Rimmel powder and transparent. I mean, the packaging is like all kinds of worn off. All I have is this thing on the back, but this is the powder. This is a powder that I was working on last year, and I tried to finish it last year and I couldn't get it done. It just had a little bit left. You can see there's literally just a tiny bit left on this pan. I mean, it's done. It's done. I did not use this on my face. It was too drying on my face, so I used it basically just to set my eye primer. Good riddance. Goodbye. The next thing I used up, and I finished this really fast, is this Fresh Sugar Caramel Hydrating Lip Balm, and I really liked this, but I used it up really fast, so it's totally empty. It smelled really good. I really liked it. And I have several more of these in different flavors. So yummy. So I went through another fresh lip product. This is the Fresh Sugar, just their lip balm. This is the sunscreen with SPF 15. This is a deluxe size sample. I like these. I have several more of these. I think I picked up like the 6-pack at the end of the year that whenever it went on sale. I like these. I went through it pretty quickly. And then I went through several mascaras. I went through 3. The first one I went through is this Lancome Monsieur Big. This is a full size, and the first time I tried this, I liked it a lot. And I liked it so much that I think whenever Ulta had their sale, their 21 Days of Beauty, and they had this, I think they had this on sale, I picked up a couple. And then I tried it again last year, and it irritates my eyes. Like, by the end of the day, I'm like pulling on my lashes. It's too wet. I don't like it, which is really surprising to me. I don't know what changed about this. Weird. I don't know. I don't like it anymore. So I think that was my last one, or I may have one more, but I'm close to getting that mascara out of my collection if it's not already out. And then this one is one of my favorites. This is the Tartiste mascara. This is one of my favorites. I like this mascara. This and the Urban Decay Perversion. There's one other one that I want to try eventually, which is the Pat McGrath mascara. I do want to try hers. I've heard good things. I think Charlotte Holcraft said it's her holy grail. Yeah, I want to give that one a shot, but I do like this one. She also likes that Lancome, so I don't know. And then I finished the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I got through this one pretty quick. I get through mascara in general pretty quickly because I put on like 2 or 3, at least 2 coats, if not 3 coats. So I got through this pretty fast. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I mean, this mini did not last me very long, but I did like this mascara. If it's on sale, I'll probably get a tube, but it's not something that I'm going to be like my holy grail. Oh, I finished one more. This was actually sitting in my makeup bag, my purse makeup bag. So it was more so that it was just really old and needed to go. This is like a Maybelline Colossal mascara. It's Maybelline, right? I mean, it's all worn off. I think it's a Maybelline. I mean, it had been in there over a year. So it needed to get out of my bag. There's definitely still mascara on there. I did not like this. I tried it definitely a few times. Like, there were days where I walked out of the house and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to put on mascara today. And I tried this and I did not like it. It just did not do very much for my lashes. So I wouldn't repurchase that. Okay, I have 2 primers. I have this little mini of the Too Faced Hangover RX. This is one of my favorite primers. I love this one. It's very hydrating. I like it during the winter time. It's tiny. I mean, it was what, 5 mils? I mean, it was itty bitty, but I used it up. And then I also finished this Becca First Light primer. Another one of my favorites. I love this primer. Love it. It's another little tiny one. It's 6 mils. So I was able to get through that one pretty quickly. And this was funny. This was actually in my project 10 uses. And I was supposed to use it 10 times and I finished it. I didn't even get to the 10 use mark. This is the MAC Fix Plus in the Passion scent. I don't remember if I got this on sale or what happened with this. But yeah, I didn't even get to the 10 use mark because I finished it. And I'm liberal with setting spray. And then the last thing I finished this month, which I just butchered the spoolie scratching my back with this. Let's just fix you. Is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. And this was in the shade medium brown. This is the one that has the teardrop shape brow pencil. And this one took me a while to use because this style of brow pencil, it just takes a lot longer to use up. And I like this pencil. You just can't get a crisp line with it. So I find it to be a little bit more challenging to use. I think for someone like me who really just needs to fill in their brows, it's a little bit easier. But when you're trying to make specific, brow hair lines, I don't think this would work for someone who needed to create like little hairs. But for me, I just need to fill in the color. So it works fine. But as I'm getting to like the edge, it's a little bit harder to fill in this area here because sometimes it's too thick of a line. But I have a couple more of these in my collection that I need to work through. So I prefer a thinner pencil. So this actually I did not have in my empties for the end of the year or for December, but I did use it up in December. And this was the Bite Beauty Honey Amuse Bouche and Honeycomb. So it was this teeny tiny little sample and I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and show it in this empties, but it was part of last year's empties. So that's not going in the bag. Okay, so let's go to skincare because I have a lot of skincare too. So let's do cleansers. So the first one I finished is this Tatcha Pure Camilla One Step Camilla Cleansing Oil. This one took me forever to finish. Like, it took forever. And I don't know if you can see. Can you see that discoloration? This bottle started to flake. And I actually had to take a scrubby to this bottle. So there was one day where I noticed there like all this like weird stuff on my hands. And I was like, what is that stuff? And I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized it was this bottle coming off on my hands. And then of course I'm rubbing it on my face because I'm grabbing the bottle and I'm putting the oil on my hand and then I'm rubbing it off. It was like, I couldn't figure out what was all over my face because I was getting it all over my face. It was awful. So then I was like scrubbing the bottle. I probably should have just decanted it into something else, but I feel like I got most of the stuff that was ready to come off this. I probably just had it too long. But this, I loved the cleansing oil. It was a very beautiful cleansing oil. It just took me a while to use. I liked it. But there are other cleansing oils that like this that I think do just as well. The DHC cleansing oil is beautiful. I think once I get through, I have a couple of cleansing oils. I have an Origins one in my collection that I need to work through. There may be a few others. The DHC is one that I would definitely go back to. This one was nice, but I think it's overpriced. I also used one of my favorites, which was the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. I will never be without this. I mean, I do like the pharmacy one. It's nice. This is less expensive and you can typically find this one. I think like Ulta does this one half off during their Love the Skin You're In or whatever the heck they call it. I don't remember what they call it, but they'll do this one half off during that sale almost every single time. So I stick with this. I love it. Love it so much. Okay, the next thing I finished was this Volition Turmeric Brightening Polish. I didn't really care for this. And I think it was not a bad physical exfoliator. I just don't think I'm really big into physical exfoliators, even though I have a bunch in my collection that I need to work my way through. So it's not something I would repurchase. If you like physical exfoliators, it may be something that you like. Okay, so I did finish a toner. I've had this one in my collection forever. This is the Ole Henriksen Fountain of Youth facial water. I remember I got this a couple of years ago. Ole Henriksen Johnson was like having some special on their website, and I don't know why I picked up 2 of these, and so I finished one. This is the second one, and I finished it as well. I finished the first one like a year or so ago. I was just glad to get this one out of my collection. It's okay, nothing to write home about. The like facial creams that I got through, I did finish this Kate Somerville goat milk. And this it's okay. It's not super hydrating. I mean, I feel like this is better for me in the summer. And I should have waited to use this for the summer versus using it in the winter time, because this is it's not as moisturizing as I want it to be. But it's nice. I made it work for me by just adding a nice facial oil with it. And then I did also finish in It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. And this was a giant like 2-ounce jar. It took me forever to get through, and I really did like this. This was super hydrating. There's actually still a little bit of residual there. Let's just put that on my hand because we're not going to let skincare go to waste. I did really like this a lot. So if you are a dry skin girl, this is super, super hydrating. Sorry about the glare from the lights. Okay, I also recently mentioned this in my Skin is In project. I did finish this Perricone MD Refirm Cream. Not that great. Would not repurchase. I also, earlier in the month, finished this Clinique Pep Start eye cream, and I opened it up and like dug everything out of there. I love this stuff. I will, when I get through all of my eye creams, purchase a full size. I'm actually working on my very last of these samples, and I at one point had a bunch, and I'm working on my last one. I cannot believe it. And then I also finished this Hey Honey Good Morning Honey Silk Facial Serum. It was alright. Nothing that's like earth-shattering, you know, a little hydrating facial serum. This one took me forever. It's the Estee Lauder Resistance Lift Restorative Radiance Oil. This was in my Skin is In project, and I use this here when I would do my makeup as a oil that would go on my beauty sponge for whenever I would put on foundation. So it took me a long time to get through this because you just need 3 little drops. Or I only use 3 little drops on my beauty sponge, and it just took a long time to use. And it was nice, but I think you can use any oil for that. Facial oil for that purpose. So I used up 2 of these Esfolio Egg Essence Sheet Masks. So I used 2 of these guys up. And then I also used a Leaders Collagen Boosting Renewal Mask. And I do count these sheet masks as 1 point each because they're in my inventory as a mask each. So they go out as 1. Okay, I think that's all the skincare that I used up. Now let's go into body care. First thing I used up, and it's a little bit gross on top, but I used up a Bath & Body Works shower gel in blackberry and basil, and I love the way this smells. Oh my gosh, I love this. It smells so good. It's just this fruity, I don't really smell the basil too strong, but the blackberry is very strong. It smells so good. I love it. I actually got through 2 body creams, and this is my favorite way, like this formula is my favorite formula they have. It's their Ultra Shea body cream, and I think this was actually the second one I got through, but this is the Wild Madagascar Vanilla. This smells really good. It's just a pure vanilla. This is vanilla like you've never experienced. It's part of their signature collection. This is, I think, no longer offered, but it comes back, during their SAS sales. This comes back on occasion. So it may even come back like every single time. So you can definitely pick this back up. I also finished a Vanilla Bean Noel, and this is fresh vanilla bean, sugar cookies, whipped cream, and snow-kissed musk. It's so good. It smells amazing. Yeah, could eat it. I also got through a Winterberry Apple Tea Sugar Scrub from Scentsy. This is a little bit mangled since it was in my shower, but this smelled amazing. And I really did like this sugar scrub. Oh, you can still smell it. It smells so good. good. I really hope they bring this back next year, even though this was like it wasn't part of their core line this year, but they had it as part of their holiday collection. I hope they bring this back as in part of their core line. They brought back sugar scrubs as part of like their regular lineup in the spring summer catalog, and there are several scents that I'm like hibiscus pineapple, watermelon tangerine. Anyway, this was beautiful. I loved it. My favorite sugar scrubs in general, are from Tree Hut, and they're more affordable than the ones from Scentsy, but those are beautiful. The other things that I got through is this Jeffree Star lip scrub, the velour lip scrub in pineapple juice. Liked it. I really do like this. I'm happy to get it out of my collection. I also got through a L'Occitane, this almond shower oil, and it's this little mini size. I have several of these, so I was happy to finish this one off. I actually use this as a kind of like a makeup item, but it's actually considered skincare. It's the Glam Glow Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer, and I use this kind of like as a illuminating primer kind of thing, so I put it on before I put on foundation. I wouldn't repurchase it. It was okay. And then the last skincare item that I used, for the most part, I have a few things that I'm setting aside that aren't counting towards my points, and I'll show those to you later. I just don't want to get them mixed up. The last thing that I have in kind of the Bath and Body section is this L'Occitane Delicious Hands. Wait, is this upside down? Okay, that's how I set up. It's this little mini sample, and I use this on my hands and my feet, so I was able to get through that pretty quickly. Those were most of the Bath and Body items. I do have a few not necessarily bath body, but somewhat related items. This is the Gentle Foaming Hand Soap from Bath and Body Works in the Black Cherry Merlot. I am counting this towards my points bank because I have a lot of hand soap. I also have like a lot of bars of soap that I need to work through. So just soap in general. So I'm counting this as part of my points bank. And of course, anything that comes in, which I may have some. I also have a couple of hand sanitizers, and when COVID hit and Bath and Body Works finally got their hand sanitizers back in stock, I went bonkers thinking like I was going to get through a ton of hand sanitizer. Like it was going out of style. I don't know what the heck was wrong with me. So I have a lot of hand sanitizer, so all of this is counting towards my point system. This first one is this antibacterial hand spray in watermelon lemonade from Bath and Body Works, and I really liked this. Like I loved how convenient it was to like spray whenever I needed to spray. I liked it, and of course it smelled delicious. And then I have two pocket backs. One is in Black Cherry Merlot. I really liked the way this one smelled. And then I also have one in French Lavender. Funny story, this one leaked all over some mints in my car, and I tried to eat one of the mints and it was nasty. Gross, gross, gross. I finished 2 mini samples of perfume. This is I wouldn't even say these were minis. These were like, 3 mils or something. This is the Atelier Cologne and Iris Rebelle, and I really did like this one a lot. This is really nice. And then I also finished the Elizabeth and James Nirvana perfume in Amethyst, and I also liked this a lot as well. 2 more things I think that count towards the bank that I finished. This first one is, I think this is from Zoya, and it's the Katika, if I'm saying that right, extending top coat, and this is just a mini. I mostly use this to like put top coat on my little nail wheels, so it took me a while to get through this. I have a lot of top and base coats that I need to finish up, so that's counting. And then I do have a Olaplex hair Perfector that I finished. I use this on a weekly basis, but I have one more, I think one more of this size and then like 2 or 3 of the big sizes. So until I'm down to like 1, maybe 2. Wait, I think I have 3 of the big size and 1 of this. So until I'm down to a reasonable number, these are counting. No one needs that much Olaplex. All right, so things that don't count towards my low bank that I finished, because it's like I don't have a lot of, actually this is gonna count. And I'll tell you why. So this is the Tree Hut Bare Moisturizing Shave Oil, and I really love this shave oil. This is very, very nice. I decided to count this, and the reason why is because I only have one other of these Tree Hut shave oils, but I do have other things that work as a shave oil. They are from a company called The Bathing Garden, and it's like a small vendor wax company, and it's their whipped soap. And I actually started using one recently, and oh my God, it's like an obsession. And I have a couple coming in February, and I may have a problem with her whipped soap. So this is counting. I forgot about that. This is not counting. This is the Tarte Knockout Tingling Treatment. This is a toner. This is the acid toner that I love to use. I think I have one full size and then a mini of this, and I really only purchase this when I'm low. And I think the last time I got a couple of these was whenever Tarte was having a sale. So this is not counting towards my low buy bank, I should say. I used up a toothpaste, Aquafresh, love it. These are like rando things. Oh, this one is I showed this earlier. This is the As I Am Coconut Co-Wash Conditioner. Yes, so this is one of the things I started using when I went curly girl. I love this stuff. I do need to either replace it with this exact product or find something like this, like similar, because the two I have a couple of shampoos that are low in like low sulfate shampoos, but I don't have something like this that is a no sulfate shampoo. That's basically like a conditioner, but this is basically, you just use this as it's a conditioner really that you just massage into your scalp and cleanse your scalp with this versus using a sudsy sulfate shampoo. I do need a shampoo that has a mild sulfate because the hair color that I use, it does have silicones in it. And so I do need to have a shampoo that will get those silicones out, and I'm not changing my hair color. So that I do use on occasion, and every once in a while I do like to have a little bit of, sulfate to get that, sudsy feel and just get my hair really clean. But this is something I do need to get back into my collection, so I need to get a replacement. A few razory things. So I finished a tinkle. I use this to dermablade, shave my face, my eyebrow area, whatever you want to call it. I finished a razor. This is a Billy razor. I have the Billy razor in my shower, and this is one of the refills. And then this is a stacked skincare. It's kind of like that Tinkle razor in the sense that it's a dermaplaning razor, but this is a really expensive version that Sephora sells. Get this guy. Super cheap. Finished a hair color. This is the hair color I use from Goldwell. My dad's a hairdresser, so since COVID started, I've been coloring my own hair, and I get this from his rep. And this is Goldwell Top Chic. This is in the color 6RV Max, and I mix this with a black to get my hair color. I finished a cuticle oil. This is a pen that had cuticle oil in it, and I just used it up. Finished some cotton rounds and 2, 3 white. The last thing that actually dried up on me, I've had this in my collection a very long time, was this Simply Peel by Bliss. I think that was the name of the company. I mean, it's very old. This was a latex barrier that you would put around your nail bed if you were if you were going to stamp with a dark polish or something, and you could just peel off the latex so you wouldn't have to clean around your nails. And this got all dried. I mean, I think the brush is in there. I mean, it's like, no. It's all dried up in there. So that is going away. I have another one from a different company, so I don't need a replacement. Oh, I also finished a Shiseido cotton rounds. Love these. They're my holy grail for putting on my toner. Okay, I think those were all my empties. Now, I do have some declutters that will also count towards my bank. So let me show you what those declutters are. I've been working through my inventory and I've been somewhat brutal because I'm like, why do I have all this stuff? Like, why? Why? And the way that I've been working my inventory is I've kind of been thinking about it, how if it's in my inventory as an item, then it's going out as an item. So I have all blushes and highlighters as one item, even if it's in a palette. Each item in the palette counts as one item. So like a 6-pan highlighter palette is entered into my spreadsheet as 6 separate items. However, a eyeshadow palette I only enter in as one item because I don't list each individual eyeshadow in my inventory because I can't be bothered. So that's kind of how I do my inventory and how I plan on incorporating each item from like palettes and stuff into numbers. So the first thing I got rid of is this Bobbi Brown Mini Shimmer Brick Compact in bronze. And it's this like bronze, you know, little tiny little compact. And I can't wear this. It's a shimmery bronze. No, why do I still have that? I also have these Kevyn Aucoin Neo Setting Powders. This is like iridescent. And I just knew that I would not like that. It's not a highlighter that works well with my skin type, so I didn't want to keep that. This one is in Ibiza Iridescent Glow, and it's like this purpley shade. And that's not going to work on my skin tone either. Yeah. It's pretty, but it doesn't really offer a glow. So I was like, no, let me get rid of that too. And those are 3 mini, like those are mini size. So that would count as like a deluxe size. I also have some items from Becca. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Prosecco Pop. I already have this in the Jaclyn Hill face palette. So I was like, why don't I? And it's a little bit dark for me. So I only need one of these. And I don't know why I have this. This is the Champagne Pop in this limited edition packaging. I have Champagne Pop like twice over. I don't need this. So it's going. I don't even think I've swatched this. Yeah, it's cute. It still has the plastic on it. We'll just leave the plastic on there and I'll see if I can sell that on Poshmark or something. I don't know. And then I did talk about this in my monochromatic pans project, this Ulta blush in retro rose. It just was giving me a bruise. So if this is used makeup, I will donate it to the lovely lady who cleans my home. She has like, I don't even know how many nieces and daughters. She has a lot of family who love the makeup that I declutter, so she will be getting all of this. Unless I can obviously sell it on Poshmark. This is the Dior 001. I think I thought this was it still has the plastic on it. I think I thought that this was like a limited edition thing and it was not coming back, and so I bought a second one. I don't need a second one. I tried to go through this powder last year and I barely made a dent into it. And it's a little bit too dark for me, so it's going. I don't need it. I think this is another Kevyn Aucoin. Yeah. I think I got this because of Kat from Kit Snitch, however the heck you say her channel. I feel bad. I don't know how to say it. This is the Neo highlighter in Sahara, and I can't make this work for me. I don't think it has, I think her skin tone is just darker than mine, and this just does not give me anything. No. So it's going. I think I found this at TJ Maxx, so it's not like I paid full price for it. I'm sure somebody will love this. I purchased this because it's beautiful and I've never done anything with it. I don't even think I've swatched it, but it's, you know, Selena. It's the Selena highlighter. It's La Leyenda. And I may have swatched it. I can't tell. But it's like this beautiful rose. It's way too dark for me. So onto Poshmark it goes. And then I have some palettes. So I coveted this and I hemmed and hawed about getting it and la la la. And I finally got it. And then I was like, all these shades are too dark for me. It's this Cover FX Perfect Highlighting Palette. And here, I shouldn't say all of them, but most of them are. Here are the shades. And every time I go in here and I swatch this, I'm like, most of these are just too dark for me. I would say my bra is showing. 4 out of the 6 are just too dark for me. Yeah, like way too dark. So like these are all the ones that are just way too dark for me. And then these are the 2 that could potentially work. But when 4 out of the 6 are too dark for you, there's no point in keeping it. Like I don't see the point. And it's not like I can depot those 2 shades because this is not a palette that's depotable. Depotable, is that a word? So bye. I also have 2 shades from Glow Kits. Like this one is from this is from a Glow Kit from Anastasia. It's Golden Bronze. Like that's not gonna work for me. That's gonna go. And then this is Hard Candy. And again, this is like, it's just too dark. And I was like, well, there's no point in me keeping this because I can't make this work either. And I also have a lot of eyeshadow. So I just don't see the point in, like I'm telling you guys, I was being brutal. I don't see the point in keeping this when I have a lot of eyeshadow. And eyeshadow that I think is prettier than this. So those are going. I also have these 2 Morphe blush palettes that, like, why did I buy these? They're 9-pan Morphe blush palettes. And like this one's way too dark. It's too dark. Like most of these shades are too dark. I started using these to Franken. And when you start using a palette just for Frankening shadows, to me, there's no point in keeping it. And then like, I mean, no. I was like, no, there's no point in keeping this. So those are like 9 each, right? And then this one. Yeah, I don't know why I still have this. And this one has, 4 face powders and then really bad eyeshadows. So those were the palettes and like the powder products. And then I have some lip products that I decluttered. So I went through like half my vanity and then a couple of drawers here and then some of my powder products. And then I have some spare items that are in the spare bathroom. So some of these came from there as well. But some of the items that I'm decluttering, I have 2 lipsticks from Kat Von D. One's Wolf's Mouth, is that right? And one's Wonder Child. And they just were colors that I was like, I don't need that. Why did I buy that? And this one it's a metallic, like rose, like dark burgundy. And when I swatched it, I was like, I'm not gonna ever wear that. So those are 2 I'm getting rid of. There's this one Mary Kay that didn't look good on me in red salsa. That was in my 365 Days of Lippies. There was the Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks that I am pretty sure went bad because doll parts like irritated my lips. So both of those are going out. There were a couple that went bad. So I noticed whenever I was doing my like checking and swatching, like this one, I noticed in 365 Days of Lippies that there was something weird going on it. And these as I was doing my inventory and I was swatching, I was like, these all smell funky. So this was the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche and Fig. That's the first time I've ever had a Amuse Bouche lipstick or a Bite Beauty lipstick go bad on me. This is a really old Too Faced something in, I don't know, one of their lipsticks that's in this packaging. I don't even know what kind of lipstick it is. That one went bad. This is a Milani lipstick in Sangria. I don't know, one of these. That went bad. And then I was actually surprised by this. This is the number 7 Moisture Drench in Berry Blush. So this one smells like crayons. And then I actually just decluttered this one. This is a NARS. I did not even know that they discontinued this formula. This is the Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Toy. And I got rid of this just because the shade is just too dark. So I decided to declutter this, and I'll probably gift this to a close friend of mine. And then I have this. This one went bad too. This was from another one of those Too Faced lipsticks. This was in Pink Slip. I've had this one forever too. Yeah, this is a Catrice lip liner, and it just dried out. There's like nothing coming out of that one. This also dried out. This is an Ico I Do liquid liner, and I actually put this into a project, tried to use it, and there's like nothing. Yeah, it's all kinds of dried out. Like nothing's coming out. That's not working. And then this one I decided to get rid of because I remember when I tried to pan this previously, I was like, that looked really bad on me. Why do I still have it? This is the Too Faced something lipstick in Naked Dolly, and it just looks really bad on me. Yeah, I was like, I don't need that. I have a lot of other lipsticks that I love. I will work on those. That can go. And then I also decided to declutter this Lottie London stamp liner. I don't know why I bought this. I don't ever stamp. I don't ever do a wing. It works as a stamp, like it stamps. But I'm not gonna do a wing. I don't ever do a wing. I can't be bothered to do a wing. So I was just like, just get rid of it, Jaylon. You don't need it. Oh, I have one more. I got rid of this Too Faced Bulletproof Shadow Liner. I don't know. I was like, what is this? What is this giant liner crap? It's just too big. I need something smaller than this. Bye. And I have a lot of black eyeliners. So I got rid of that. I forgot I have one more empty from a declutter. It's this Bite Beauty and Souffle. Why? I did use this. You can see I did use this, but oh God, it looks so bad on me. No. So bad. So bad. You know, this would be good in my Child of the 80s project. Put this on my lips because it's bad. I also got rid of this. I don't need this. I got rid of this. So those were all the items I decluttered. From all of the empties that I had in January, my total points is 33.5. From the declutter that I had in January, and this won't happen every month, but obviously I did a lot in January, the total points is 54.5. So that total points for January is 89, and that gives me a total of 44.5 points in the bank, because obviously I cut it in half because it's a 2 and 1 ounce system. So that's 44.5 points. So the question is, what did I bring in? Subscriptions boxes. So I have a BoxyCharm. So I have a BoxyCharm. I cannot say BoxyCharm for some reason. I don't know if I mentioned this in my original video. I have an itch. Ugh. Oh, yes. Why are you not focusing on me? What's wrong with you? Oli. Ha! Oli! Fresh vanilla bean, sugar. Forced. Oh, hi, Zigster. I didn't know you were in here.